we build systems, and what the kind of wisdom we need again is a purpose-driven innovation. The reason why I'm rushing really fast is because I have a couple of lengthy videos I want us to see. So the future of wisdom, Moses versus Solomon. There was the argument during the Q&A on Sunday, and Pastor Bade was like, he prefers to use Moses than Solomon. So let's quickly run through that. So Solomon is the gifted mind. Solomon received wisdom in a moment of encounter. What he said, I can quote him. He said, "What Solomon had is not common. It was an encounter with God." What Solomon had, it was not common. It was just God just gave it to him that, okay, take. So, but look at Moses. Moses had to work for it. He didn't receive wisdom overnight. It was trained through the three phases. So I want us to start with this video, and then I'll shed more light on it. Then I tie it to entrepreneurship, and we can kickstart from that. Can you play the first video, please?
AI gives you Solomon, then you say Moses is better.
I want us to touch base on practical examples in the Bible that would relate to future of wisdom. The one that is really coming to my mind is the King Solomon. They used to teach us since when we were young. I know you will have a different way of expressing King Solomon to us, especially when with God, and he chose wisdom to be able to govern over.
Yeah, that's how to deal with AI. AI gives you Solomon, then you say Moses is better. You know the reason why is it? God gave Solomon is not general. It's a gift. Unless God gives you. So why don't we look at someone who worked it? I will take Moses. Is it not striking that God will stand and it won't come to pass exactly? Because man delayed him. God said they will be there for 4 generations, 400 years. But they were there about 430 or 440 years, something like that. Why? The reason is because there was no one that has the knowledge to be able to liberate them. He was not yet born. So God had to wait. Because even though God said this and this and this will happen, so certain things happen along the line, God needed someone to liberate them. God could have liberated them, but he uses people. It is his style. So he waited till Moses was born. Why couldn't he use any of the adults? Because of their mentality. They were slaves in their thinking. A slave can't lead a slave out. So he made sure that Moses was learned in the knowledge of the Egyptians. This is why this AI, look at it like Pharaoh's knowledge. The knowledge you acquire there is needed. Is really needed. You've got to match it. Don't just sit down and say that we are not going to learn from Pharaoh. We will just be slaves. No, we just be slaves. That's why when Moses acquired that knowledge, his mentality was different. That was why when one of the slaves was trying to cheat, he can't take shit. I mean, he was like, what is all this? He just killed him. I believe this AI is that kind of knowledge that we should acquire, or else we will just stay in Egypt. Or else we just stay in it. Why didn't I use Solomon is, we can liken Solomon's wisdom to that AI, but that one was given. But this one was acquired because we can acquire it. Listen, one of the things with God is, and it's a terrible fact, is that if God expects you to have gotten to a level in understanding, if you don't get there, you will suffer. There's nothing God can do. He said by the time ye ought to be teachers, you still need some to teach you. He now said there are some certain things I want to tell you, I can't tell you. It's the same thing with God. So God will say, by the time you ought to get to a level, you didn't get there. You can't know it. So there is no point in telling you. Wow. So what is wisdom now? Wisdom is what is reigning now? What is catapulting people now? What is the thing now? Sincerely, that is the wisdom for now. My subject is what is wisdom for tomorrow? What will be wisdom then? Wisdom liberates. That's the thing. Wisdom liberates. So what is liberating now? Wisdom sets free. Moses acquired it. He sets them free. So what is setting free now is the wisdom for the now. What set them free then is not what is setting them free now. There was the Industrial Revolution. It was wisdom then. The German machine, that was the wisdom then. But now things have changed. So we study it and say, what is that thing that is giving the people key? What is liberating people, so to say, from Egypt now? This is what is liberating people now. Context of language. That is the wisdom for the now. But like I said, my subject is what will be wisdom tomorrow. So what we want to study actually is beyond AI. And that's our subject. I said, it may sound funny, but the truth of the matter is that, do you know that I might...
Okay, I think that's a good tone to set. So it says that when the children of Israel stayed in Egypt longer than God intended, not because God forgot his promise, but because there was no one prepared to lead them out. This is a very striking statement. It says, sometimes delay is not divine. So your inability is striking here. At times, God just wants us to develop to a particular level before certain blessings will come to us. So we need to understand this thing. You see, God had a deliverer in his plan, but the deliverer needed education and exposure before he could lead a nation. Moses was trained in all the wisdom of the Egyptians. That means Moses understood the system. 10 days ago, we're talking about systems and structures. He says what? The science of the Egyptians, the world's most advanced civilization at that time. He didn't reject Pharaoh's wisdom. A lot of us are trying to fight AI. AI is antichrist. Honestly, you would just be in bondage. You would still be in captivity. And he says what? He redeemed it for God's purpose. So let's say, he said, now let's see this here. Pharaoh's knowledge then is like what? AI's knowledge now. A slave cannot lead another slave out of slavery. And that is simply because the reason why you're a slave is because you're thinking in a particular way. And you cannot give what you don't have. So for you to have a change of mindset, it comes with information. I remember we did the shift, was it earlier this year? And Samadiyemi said, he said that for you to be able to process anything, it has to do with your sight, what you see, what you hear. That is what is called the information. So that's what you're taking in is what is forming you on the end. So he said that is why God didn't just use anyone in Israel. He raised somebody whose mind had been renewed. Moses thought differently because he was exposed to what? Differently. So for us to take advantage of the wisdom now and the wisdom in the future, we need a different level of understanding. We need a different level of knowledge. We need to have this information about this so-called AI, artificial intelligence, so that we can thrive. And if we fail to do that, we're just going to be a consumer. And a consumer is always going to be living another man's dream. So now look, he says what? You can't transform a market you don't understand, and you can't dominate a technology you refuse to learn. So let's talk about Pharaoh's knowledge. He says Moses used the wisdom of Egypt to confront Egypt. God didn't ask him to unlearn what he gained from Pharaoh's palace. He asked him to what? Repurpose it. AI is not to be feared or rejected. It's to be understood and what? Redirected for the kingdom and what? Economic impact. Because you see, I've gotten this Bible verse, but he said something. He said there was a city in captivity and there was a wise poor man. And it says that the wisdom of the poor man was delivered the city. And when the city was delivered, the poor man was forgotten. You need to understand that we need this thing to be able to what? Reach lives and to be able to preach the gospel. And I remember that the pastor said that, he said, for you to be able to serve wisdom, you serve it through the plate of wealth. And that is why you notice that a lot of the church is not really making that change as it is, because we need to start being extremely successful. And for us to be able to be successful, we need to take advantage of the technology now. The moment we fight it, we are just limiting the capacity that God has given to us to be able to change and impact life. So you don't need to bow to AI. You need to learn it, master it, and use it to what? Most importantly, set yourself free. And we are not only setting ourselves free, we are setting others from poverty, ignorance, and what? Limitation. So how does this apply for entrepreneurs? AI is not to be feared or rejected. It's to be understood and what? Redirected for the kingdom and economic impact. So look at what happened there. Is that some people today are like the Israelites Moses tried to help. They reject deliverance because of their what? Mindset. And look at what they said to Moses. They said, who made you ruler over us? They still saw Moses as a what? Through the slave lens. And that's many of us are rejecting AI because some of us fear what we don't know. And I think it comes from a place of how we used to see AI. You know, when you hear back then, it was always like this mystical thing that was going to happen in like 20, 30 years. But then it's right in our pocket. We talked about it last week. So Moses needed Pharaoh's palace to understand power. You need AI literacy to understand today's systems of influence. Therefore, you do not fear AI. You have to what? Learn it. You don't just use AI. You have to lead with it. That is what Pastor wants a lot of us to do. Not just using AI to solve problems, but how do we use it to lead? How do we use it to create? And that is why today's session is divided into 3 parts. Okay, so don't wait for others to build. What? Just build with it. And that is one opportunity we have in Africa currently. And that is why this session we have how entrepreneurs can use AI, but the career part of AI as an entrepreneur and also leveraging on prompting. We'll get to all of that. So now the big question is how entrepreneurs can use AI to amplify their business. I have a video as an intro and we'll push from there. Can you?
Hi, welcome to my AI for Business video series. And in this October, we'll be focusing on 3 fundamental and powerful ways AI can help transform your businesses. I call them the 3 A's. Stick around. 1. Automate. AI helps your business processes take repetitive tasks off your schedule. Invoicing, follow-ups, and scheduling. 2. Assist. AI works like a digital co-pilot. It can help you write proposals, draft emails, analyze data, analyze comments. 3. Augment. AI amplifies your decision making for your business. It gives you insights you may have missed and helps you serve your customer segment better. When businesses understand the 3 A's of AI, your business processes would stop being overwhelming. It becomes a practical toolkit for cutting costs, saving time, and unlocking growth areas within your business. So stick around in this October and let me show you how the 3 A's can help transform your business in ways you cannot
One
imagine.
very interesting thing about what she said was when she said amplify. That's just everything. So let's not underestimate what this thing can do, and let us use it to what? Amplify. So let's say AI isn't just for what? Tech startups. It's for every business owners ready to scale smarter. AI is accessible and affordable for small business in Africa. The goal isn't to replace human creativity, and this is where a lot of people are missing it. It's not AI that will replace you. It's somebody using AI that will replace you. And why is that? Because AI will improve the person's what? Capacity. The person will do things faster, better, more productive. And at the end of the day, when you have somebody that delivers at the speed of light, how would definitely is a preferred option compared to someone that does things very slow. So we need to do this so we can amplify our efforts and see how we can scale smarter. So AI helps African entrepreneurs overcome limits like what? Low staff, high cost, and time. You see that high cost is very important because when starting up a business now, there are so many things you want to do, but AI has made it very easy. I remember in 2020, I used to run 2019, 2020, I used to run a restaurant and I had to pay someone for her to be online, to be replying WhatsApp messages. But you know, there's this thing called AI agents now. You don't need to do all of that anymore. Just you configure your agent to take orders, respond to your customers, and all you get is a notification, oh, somebody has placed this order, and you're good to go. That's technically replaced you having to say, okay, why are you pressing your phone? Oh, why are you not replying to that messages? Oh, this person is calling me, and you are seeing the message. It removes that back and forth you have with your staffs, all because of what? You implementing an AI agent. And you see what that guy said earlier. He said he helps you when he talked about using AI to create ads. He said it might not be as effective, it might not be the standard you want with the human interference, but you will still get the job done. And that is where it reduces your tax. So we have different categories because for the entrepreneurs, and I know that quite a number of us, we fall into these 5 categories, and we're going to run through how can you use, like I said, this session is divided into 3 parts. The first part is how we can use AI to solve problems, how we can make it, how we can use it to amplify our business as entrepreneurs. Then the second part is a career part for it, then the prompting part. So let's look at it. So there's this quote pastor sent to me by Strive Masiyiwa. He says that what? Now let's read. He says, a brand new world is in progress. Don't be afraid, be brave. He said, for thousands of years, early humans flee at the sight of fire. But one day, someone had an idea how to spark and tame fire and use it. This would have been a huge leap for human back then. Over the millennia that followed, humankind learned to understand this fire thing. Until today, we use it to travel from one place to the other. Cars, airplanes, space rockets are all moved by what? Control fire. Now, this is where it becomes really interesting. This does not mean fire is less dangerous. But man has grown in the ability, the intelligence to be able to what? Tame fire and use it. You see, Dr. Adebola said something last week. He said, when you can use something from extreme good, you can also use it for what? Extreme evil. So it's a tool, and see what man has been able to do. So AI is, you can liken AI to a dangerous fire or another form of controlled heat energy that we will call electricity. Humankind will harness AI for good and bad. This is just the way things are. Okay? So even from AI, because it's dangerous, we are like the ancient man who ran for dear life at the sight of what? Fire. So let's look at this. This is where it becomes really interesting. And for those of you that fall into each category, I would like you to just run this prompt and see the response you can get. So you can see it says empowering the what? The hustle economy with intelligence. Now, let's start with retail and fashion business. Can I have the first video?
Wrong. It's AI, and I built it in minutes. No model, photographer, no makeup artist, no studio, just the perfect prompt and tools. I didn't sew this. I sketched it and imagined it. The outfit is digital, but the impact is real because fashion isn't just clothing. And this saves you time, saves you money, and still makes people stop and look. This is how you grab attention and stand out. And guess what? This can work with ordinary images, not just sketches. Want me to show you how? Join my paid class. I'll teach you how to do this step by step. Don't just watch it.
She said something. She said, with the right prompt. Forget. So we can all do this. We have the tools to do it. But what differentiates you from this other person is how do you use it? Do you understand the knowledge? Just like Moses. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. So we can see under retail and fashion business, for example, those that have street vendors, shoe designers, tailors, and all that. So you can see how can AI be of help. So AI can be of help in what? It can help you design inspirations. We have tools like Canva, we have Ideogram, we even have ChatGPT. You see, because I call all AI is third party, because with the right prompt, all these are custom AI, yeah? They have been customized to specific, to be able to perform specific tasks. So you don't have to, they have templates already. But in ChatGPT, you have to prompt it correctly to get this exact result. Unlike that one is just like a shortcut approach, okay? So we're going to talk about the shortcut approach and proper approach as well. So you can use AI to design inspirations. You can use it for customer interactions. And that was what I just talked about, where you can use AI agents. You can use ChatGPT and WhatsApp bots too. WhatsApp has that for WhatsApp business. You can just configure your API and to respond to customers on your behalf. You can use AI for inventory and pricing. You can also use it for marketing. Now look at this. The impact of AI in this particular, it gives you what? It reduces your labor by 60%. Because imagine you have someone keeping your inventory, sorting your the numbers plus or minus of the day, then marketing as well. You have somebody that comes and say, okay, your content creation, you have to pay. And you know the way the country is now. People overpay, people overprice, because you'll be like, I'm not the one that I'm running this country now. Why are you charging me this amount? So everybody's just trying to put their frustration on the slightest opportunity you have. Okay, please, I want you to do this thing for me. Somebody else, what's that? So it reduces market labor by what? 60%, and keeps your store open 24/7. Not only that, it boosts your what? Creativity and consistency. Now let's go. It says now these are it's not just enough to say these things, but how can we get what are the prompt ideas? And I remember earlier there was a video that was played that said, how can you prompt correctly? You see, it's just really interesting. Even if you don't know how to prompt, you can ask AI, say, how do I ask you the right questions? Remember I said something last week. I said one of the things I learned in the course of using AI is when I argue and argue and argue, we do our back and forth, and I finally get to my result. One thing I always do now is create a prompt for me so that when next I want to do something like this, I don't have to go through the stress. And that way you're able to build a catalog of prompts. You see, one of the business models you can run with AI is having prompt catalog. Because the truth is, not everybody can think. And if you are able to get solutions to certain tasks or challenges, you can easily sell the prompt to people. Most of these videos you see on TikTok and Instagram, they'll tell you, okay, I did this, message me, DM me this, and I'm paid this amount, and I'm going to give you the prompt. He's not doing anything special. He has the same app you have. It's the same subscription. But the thing is, they've been able to sit down and think, and that is why you need to shift your mindset from just being a user to a co-creator. When you're a co-creator, it gives you leverage. So you want to do something, I want to get this particular design you did do. I have the prompt. How much are you going to pay? You bargain. It doesn't take out of your creativity. Okay, so now these are what the goal for this particular session is: what? Generate outfit ideas, pattern concepts, and what? Fashion mood boards. So these are the prompts that we can use. I don't know if we have time. Somebody can just try this. If you are in this category, you can just try generate 5 modern Ankara gown design inspired by what? African royalty and minimalism. Another prompt there is what? You see, there's this one I like there that says, okay, it's in the other part. Look, it creates a visual idea for a unisex streetwear brand combining Yoruba culture with what? Modern fashion. You have lots of prompts. But the thing is, this is why you think prompting is easy. Prompting is one of the most difficult things you can do because it has to do with thinking. And when you start to think, trust me, you will have brain blocks. That is when you will appreciate people that think and create. Because when you step into that position of thinking, trust me, it's not going to be easy. I remember when I started, because I don't use slides, I just have my notes. So when Pastor told me that, okay, Marius, create your slide, I was like, God, I don't even know how to think. So I came to him, I said, okay, he showed me how to do it. That night, I knew that what we just used to watch on Sunday, hey, God, hours. Hey, in fact, let's clap for him. And let's just, it's not a joke. This particular slide, in fact, I remember when Pastor told me, I was like, sir, am I the one still doing this Saturday? It was like, yes. I said, okay. So I think I came on Monday. It was like, why did so I came on Monday. We spoke. He gave me the idea. And I had to make sure that I finished all my personal work on Tuesday. I've been working on this thing since Wednesday evening, morning, day, and night. Yesterday, Mr. Ola called me. I was like, bro, Pastor wants to finish me. This thing is not funny at all. Because, you have to do this, you have to join this, you have to go, you have to prompt correctly, you have to add it a lot of work. So when it comes to creating, you see, when I was like, how does Pastor even do this thing? Like, you will see PDFs of 100 pages. It's not a joke. Today I did 88 pages. I was like, Jesus, I don't think I want to do this again. I just want to live the soft life. But honestly, thank you so much, sir. We do appreciate your effort. So But the funny thing is, I'm actually getting good at it. I think this is like my second time. So when I tried this, I was like, I like this your slide. I was like, okay. So let's continue. So for boutique owners and thrift vendors, this is very good. Yeah. You see, for those of you that have small startups and you sell thrift, you see, one of the things you can actually use to boost your productivity and your visibility online on social media, most especially TikTok and Instagram, is to have the right caption. You don't need to do much. Now look at this. It says, design a simple flyer for a weekend fashion pop-up in Ibadan. Include what? Luxury looks for what? Less. You say that caption alone. As you see it, it will take you a long way. It will go a long way on your ads when you run those ads with this particular caption. So these are ideas that you don't need, they're not far-fetched. It's just the ability for you to sit down, think, and prompt correctly. And that is why one of the most important part of all of this is not the videos we show you, is how to prompt correctly. I really wish you can understand this, because that is what gives you a better leverage. The moment everybody understands how to prompt, you don't have to do this. We just become problem solvers, okay? So look at it. It says, write 3 catchy Instagram captions for what? Promoting thrift fashion that looks premium, but what? Can you see the context? Premium, but what? Affordable. And to your greatest surprise, you will get very interesting captions and to blow your mind. And the funny thing is, when you start to think in this direction, don't think people are using it. Trust me. I remember I saw Pastor sent me a list of ChatGPT 100 prompts for students. So I shared it in a group, and guys were like, bro, where did you get that from? Oh, thank you. I'm trying to write an exam. Somebody was battling with one biochemistry, and she has been calling me, I don't know how to do this. I said, use ChatGPT now. She said she has not been getting it. So I sent her that prompt. Do you know, on the page of the prompt, she just saw the exact prompt of what she wanted. She clicked on it, and she just called and was like, thank you so much. That was a lifesaver. She has been battling with it for 1 week. I remember on Thursday night, one of my students in UK reached out to me. I was supposed to help him set something, and he's using a Mac. And when it has to do with Mac, the best I like is just buy an iPhone. You see that MacBook? It's stressful. So he reached out to me, and I was supposed to help him set something up, and we've been battling with it. I said, okay. At first, we had problems with security, so much security. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't share screen. He said, okay, I'll call you on FaceTime. So he called me on FaceTime and shared the screen. He was really nice. Then I remember the last time I did something like that was maybe 2010, before I switched to Windows for my laptop. And we were battling with it. I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. Let's use ChatGPT. Take a screenshot of the problem. This is what you should tell it. So he said he didn't get a response. I was like, but just take a screenshot. So I told him, okay, let's join the call. We started the call again. We took a screenshot. And I discovered that, not like he didn't understand what I wanted to say, but he could not articulate his words correctly for the AI to do the job. So because you think you know AI, because you have ChatGPT, trust me, you might still not get any result. So, we just, in less than 15 minutes, I was blown myself. I understand AI, but when I used it to achieve that task, I was like, I need to, because there was a particular hidden pathway to get the file we needed. So Mac will not allow us to access because it's an hidden file. So he told us to go through the command prompt. He gave us the command prompt. After I got the command prompt, I was just supposed to run. I was like, no, take a screenshot, tell you the details of your laptop, and input this pathway. So by the time we gave you the details, it just gave us, you would think it was ChatGPT that created that laptop. It just gave us exact thing to paste. We pasted it on the command prompt, and it took us straight to the folder. I was like, Jesus. It was mind-blowing. I know you can do it, but the fact that he just took the username, took the details of the laptop, in fact, at some point, ChatGPT was integrating with the system terminal. I was like, how have we gotten to this point? I'm not a programmer. How did I get this? And that tells you that we are really underestimating the productivity of this. Let's look at another video, Mr. Ola. Shoes, bag.
Perfect. Oh my God.
Isn't it great?
Chris.
I know, it's my dream.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, as well. Let's play the next video.
How I designed an entire visual brand in 1 hour with zero experience.
There's something you said something. I want you to listen very carefully. Oh, can you start again from the beginning?
designed an entire visual brand in 1 hour with zero experience. I didn't know design, I just knew how to prompt.
I just knew
Bad
how to
prompt
prompt.
equals
That's what I
stock
want to
photo
take from
editor.
here. Boss, thank you. I just knew how to prompt. So I want us to shift our mind from AI help me do this, AI help me do this. But you need to understand how to prompt my slides. So let me just keep all of this. We have AI for productivity. We just saw the video. Then these are the 4 elements of how to prompt correctly. So we have clarity, context, constraint, and creativity. We talked about it last week. And this is where it becomes really interesting. This is the most interesting part for me. Using AI as a what? Code thinker. All the previous slides, I just gave you prompt to get it. But now this is where it becomes really challenging. It says what? Act as a creative fashion designer. Suggest, in brackets, numbers of design ideas for this type of product that reflects this theme or this particular mood for what? The target audience using this style. And see, an example. Act as a creative fashion design. Suggest 5 outfit design ideas for modern collection or modern boo collections that reflects elegance and confidence for young African women using gold, burgundy, and teal tones. If you try that prompt, you'll be surprised at what you will get. So in this section of this training, we're going to be talking about how to use AI as a thinker, not just saying do this, write this, do this, write this, but how do we use it as a co-thinker to what? Co-create. Now, for food and catering business, so we have caterers under this category. We have food vendors, home bakers, and restaurants. And you can see AI can help with what? Menu planning. We have Chef GPT. It's just a part of what? Chat GPT. So it says that what? You can use Chat GPT to what? Suggest new recipes based on what is in stock. I remember last week I showed you a video of how to make, it said there's this website where you just tell the AI what you have at home and it will give you an option of what you can make. So look at the prompt here. Create a 5-day Nigerian lunch menu using what? Rice, beans, plantain that appeals to university students. You can imagine. So it's not just the random rice and beans. But just look at that prompt. You would have different styles, how to take the pictures, how fine dining, how to, and these are just little things that you can just tweak and will increase your productivity and your sales. Look at another one, customer retention. Okay? Now, automate orders and replies on WhatsApp or Instagram using what? We have bots that does that. Now, see, look at it. It says, write a friendly WhatsApp message for a what? Returning customer. Some of us don't know that these things work. I remember I used to do business with this guy, and one day he just messaged me out of the blue and was like, hey, Mayos, we've missed you. I knew it was AI, but then I felt like, somebody reminds me today. But it goes a long way, yeah. So if you have your contacts, your list of contacts, just send them, tell AI to create a very lovely message showing that you miss them or you're expecting them to come around. And trust me, you'll be blown by, he won't give you one. You will have different ones and you pick the one that suits what your business. So you can also use for promotion and content creation. You see, generate a catchy Instagram caption for a food vendor introducing a new local delicacy. We're going to get to that part. There's something called Eva, and I feel like for those of you that are into content creation, you need to understand how to add emotions to your videos. It goes a long way, so that your videos are not just going to be that AI generic videos, okay? So now look, it says AI helps food entrepreneurs spend less on staff, avoid food waste, and stay visible online. One thing you need in this life is visibility. You don't want the life to go on you. You need that spotlight on you. So, and you see, attention is the new money, whether you like it or not. We have shifted from an era where, okay, don't let me go there. So, turning small kitchens into what? Scalable brands. So, let's look at using AI as your what? Culinary co-thinker. Now, look at this for menu innovation. These things you have to pay. You call somebody, I remember when I wanted to introduce one meal then back in school, and the guy said he was going to teach us basmati rice, and we're calling him 1 week, he'll say we'll come, we'll not come again. Imagine we had AI then. We'll have just done it. So, see, act as a what? Creative. Now, this is where you start to create with AI. It becomes really interesting. It says, act as a creative chef and food consultant. Suggest the numbers of meal ideas for this type of customers and for this event, okay, that reflects this mood or this theme using locally available Nigerian ingredients, just like then you give it a list. So let's see an example of that. It says what? Act as a creative chef and food consultant. Suggest 5 meal ideas for a youth-focused cafe in Ibadan that reflects freshness and what? Affordability, very important. Using rice, beans, plantain, and egg. That is using AI as a what? Co-thinker. For marketing and promotion ideas, you can use AI as a what? As a marketing strategist. So this is for food vendors. 660. Act as a marketing strategist for a food brand. Suggest 3 Instagram video ideas that can attract busy office workers in Ibadan while reflecting a fun home cook vibe. Can you see how interesting it is? For efficiency as well, act as a business operations expert. And I believe that these are the things you need to put in place when you want to scale your business from one level to the next. They'll tell you need to employ this, you need to see this expert, you need to see this expert. Oh, you don't need to see any expert again. Just know how to prompt, and the expert is right there. Act as a business operation expert. Design a simple system or checklist that helps a what type of food business reduce waste. You can see that AI is very interesting. And it's very helpful. It even helps you to reduce your food, the waste of your food. Okay? So things are used efficiently, judiciously. And plan what? Production efficiently for what? Whatever challenge. And you have act as a business operation expert, design a weekly checklist that helps a small catering service reduce ingredient waste and plan meals ahead. Little things like this matters. Imagine for every time you cook, you waste, let's say, a cup of rice. At the end of this, not the 1 cup of rice you are going to waste, but when you look at it in numbers, the exponential factor of that. So stop using AI like a search engine. Please, we cannot overemphasize this. Start using it as a thinking partner. The whole purpose of this training is to shift, it's not just to introduce you to AI, but to shift your mindset from using it to solve problems as a what? Thinking partner. Your creative chef, strategist, and what? Planner that helps you imagine, test, and execute new ideas every day. And trust me, AI is never tired of ideas. It's never tired. That is one bit. You will argue, I don't want this, you are wrong. It will not say you are this. It will still say, okay, I'll go back, I'll do this, okay, let's try this. Do you want this? Very interesting, very respectful. I'll be like, oh, thank you, because they will say, I'm not been thanking your AI. Please, thank you. So for logistics and transport, this is really interesting. Let's just go straight to using AI as a co-pilot. It says that what? Act as a logistic planner. Suggest 3 optimized delivery routes for an Ibadan dispatch company that minimizes, now look at this, minimizes, manage, reduce what? Fuel use and avoid peak hour traffic. In fact, this is very useful in Lagos. So you will know the time that when you have others, we are sorry, we can't deliver right now. So you will not, because of one order, you will spend so much. So we can use it as a what? Act as a fleet manager, a fleet management consultant. Create a monthly maintenance checklist for 10 delivery bags that travel an average of what? 8 kilometers. One of the things is we don't really pay attention to details. And you see, lack of maintenance is what makes rebuilding very necessary. Because when you fail to maintain, that's one of the things we have in this country. There's no maintenance. So at the end of the day, rebuilding is a must. But when something happens and you just you do your normal routine check, you do this pause, you fix it, not until the old pothole is now big that they have to close the road. They don't need that. Just from that small pothole, you can actually just fix it. So lack of maintenance makes rebuilding a must. Let's continue. And okay, using AI as a strategic co-pilot, let's just keep all of that. Real estate and agency business. So how can AI be of help in that industry? It can help you profile your customers. Very important. At times when you see people, I was having a conversation with a pastor and he said, do you know that you can use AI to actually verify, or let AI do like an agent work for you and just search about the person, gives you the design, you can say, okay, this kind of person I'm dealing with, okay. Just go on there. And I think they've implemented it in Visa now. You have to submit your social media handle. They see what you're posting. Because at times, before a reflection, when you see people, you don't know them. When you see them on social media, you'll be like, who raised these guys? Because we feel you can just come online and say things, just do anyhow and all that. Anyway, let me see you catch up with people on that. So you can have a chat box, a 24/7 assistant, and follow-up automation. It helps you to convert more leads, reduce need for extra staff, automate follow-up. Yeah, I think I have a video that has to do with that. Mr. Ola, the next video.
ChatGPT into your own personal assistant. And if you can't get to this now, make sure to save this video for later and follow me because this is something you're going to want to come back to. So you are now able to create tasks inside of ChatGPT that run at certain times. All you have to do is give instructions and then when they should be completed. So every morning at 9 a.m., ChatGPT is going to look for one-way flights from Phoenix to LA, and if it's under $100, it's going to book it for me. It will then send you an email and a notification when it's completed the task. And if you want to schedule a task you've already done using agent mode, you just have to click these 3 dots, click schedule. It will write out instructions based on what it's already done, and then you can just schedule it. And if you want to manage your tasks, you just have to come to notifications, click on manage tasks, and then you'll see them all right here. And you.
Another day, another video. Today we're going to build a website.
See, when I saw that thing, I was like, wow. I stumbled on a video as well where you can now sell on ChatGPT. Isn't that interesting? You can sell on ChatGPT. All you have to do is just create your funnel, create your agent, and just is to connect it to your customers. I know we are going to get to that part because I feel ChatGPT is one of the apps that, you see, when you look at the evolution of social media, it starts with the platform as though they are offering you free services. Then the whole idea is just to get you to use their platform. The moment you start seeing ads. In fact, what blew my mind was Telegram. Telegram used to be one app that, in fact, Telegram, but for those of you that, when you study a lot and you buy courses, you will appreciate Telegram over WhatsApp. For those of you that run classes and you run seminars, and you run major groups, importation, all those things, you will not joke with Telegram. And Telegram has a very wide, I remember when I started the industry, 2018, the courses I bought then, I used to save it. Till tomorrow, let me change my phone, I have access to it. So Telegram is one, so I told my friend, I said, a time is coming where these people will start to charge us. And here we are. I pay as much as $14 for Telegram every month, and I don't mind. Because what I have on Telegram are thousands of dollars of courses I've bought. I cannot afford it to go. So how much is $14? I will gladly pay. So they made us depend so much on them, and they started charging us. Now, Telegram has its own coin, not coin. So if you have 1,000, up to 1,000 people in your community, and there's so much engagement, they start to pay you in Tron. And I think Tron is like one Tron, as at the time I checked, was $2,500 per dollar. So imagine you have like 50 Tron, just people engaging in your community. So there are so many ways. And do you ask yourself, how does Telegram make money? There was one day I was just running through my channel and I saw I just saw one ad. Where does this come from? At the end of the day, it's just visibility. What we're doing on YouTube too, visibility. Instagram, visibility. So at the end of the day, if you do not tap into ChatGPT 2, a time is coming. In fact, we've started paying from day one. You start paying from day one. So let's quickly see this video on how to use AI to build a logistic system, and we'll go to the other part. We have a lot of things to do today, so please just bear with us. Mr. La, can we?
Today we're going to build a website for an import-export company tracking system. So let's go to ChatGPT. Give me a detailed prompt for an import/export international website.
You say that these guys are they're not doing the most. Give me a, you see, you need to be very smart when give me a, that is how to use it. You are leveraging on the AI itself, like, oh yeah, I want you to do this, so tell me how you are going to do it. So there's no big deal. Don't say, oh, you don't know how to prompt, you don't know how to ask it for ideas. And that's one thing with the human mind. The moment you start to ask it for ideas, you will discover that you just start to grow. You might not know it. If I have conversations with my friend, they look like, where did you get that from? Like, bro, it's nothing serious. So. But it's just because you're actively using your mind. And one thing is, you are now stuck with your phone for the right reason. Most times you are glued to your phone watching videos. When I check my screen time now, is either I'm on ChatGPT, I'm on an Adobe. Those two things. There's this AI on Adobe, I use Adobe Reader. Then there's one custom AI on Adobe to break down when you're reading PDFs, because I have lots of PDFs and to read can be a struggle. So what I do is there's this particular Adobe AI that explains whatever thing you're reading to you based off the context of the PDF. It doesn't go outside the context. So you can see another level of knowledge and understanding and intelligence, because ChatGPT will just bring random knowledge and tell you, okay, this is. But when you use Adobe AI, it tells you, when you ask a question, this is the book I'm reading. It answers that question based on the context of the material. And not only that, it will reference it. When it tells you, this is why this is this, it will now show you where that thing is in that PDF. So we don't have an excuse. We don't have an excuse. Okay? So let's go.
Copy it and paste it into Lovable and let it do its thing. And we're here. Look at this system. Okay, let's go through some of these features. These look good. Okay, these look like things that you would definitely need.
How many of you have tried to build a website before? You know the struggle here. Bring this, submit this. Sir, we need you to tell. So what do you want to do exactly? But with AI, I remember when I wanted to register my company, I had a plan in mind, and I did not want to be a victim of this tax wahala. So I gave ChatGPT, I saw a screenshot on Twitter. I said, okay, this is what is happening, and this is what is about to happen. It's only a fool that will see trouble that is coming and will not prepare for it. How do I position myself? Now, I'm not saying I want to tell me how to register my company. Now, I want to register a company in a way that I'm not going to be a victim of this. So the approach was different. And we started. By the time I reached out to the guy that wanted to register the whole name and everything, I just sent him the template. Bam. He didn't even ask me any question. He just told me, oh, this name is not available. Blah. That was the only conversation we had. Because I understood what I wanted to do. You know, it's different from, I want to register. Show you are available. Okay, can you complain what about? You know, all those questions. There was nothing like that because I already knew what I wanted. He told me everything I needed to do at every step. So because the guy, before he asked me, I sent it. So there was he just sent me the mail, thank you for doing business, good. If I want to proceed with the next thing, one of the most beautiful things that can happen is to have a system of operation. This is what you need to do first. This is what you need to do next. I think that is where we are missing it. When we have a system of operation, okay, this is how life is supposed to live. At this particular stage, this is what you need to do. Or you see, you don't have to see the full picture. It's just like when you're driving at night. The headlamps, you're not seeing where you're going, but you can see the reach. So that is what we need to understand. All these steps is taking us to an end. Okay? My slides, please. I'm just going gonna skip this. Yes, how entrepreneurs can build careers and solutions with AI. And this is, you see, where you think the money is, that's not where the money is. And I'm going to play a couple of videos that really explains this, and let's just dive into it. So there's an opportunity for for the young ones in the house. Honestly, I feel like one of the things you can do to yourself of a very great advantage is to leverage this. It's just starting, and when you key into it, you would not regret it. You're not only going to be able to solve problems. Now, let me tell you how, to the best of my knowledge, how you can make so much money. First of all, you understand how so many things work. Secondly, you can help people solve problems using the same AI they have. Okay? Not only that, you can actually create a product with AI as well to solve people's problem. So, when you understand prompt engineering, and someone's like, oh, I'm trying to do this, I can't get it. Okay, use this prompt. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. Okay, I have something to do. Use this. That is why when you go and meet the pastor, the first response you will get is AI. We all know. If you say, sir, this thing is not AI. So before you go, you'll have gone to check AI very well that the pastor will not say AI. But to your surprise, you see here what? AI. So let's quickly play our first video and let's get over with it. The first one. Yeah. Yes.
There are 3 AI agents that businesses absolutely want to buy. The pitch is actually really, really easy and simple. The hard part is delivering it. Number 1 is AI agents for lead generation. Pretty much anything that brings in additional leads or helps close the leads faster will be prime candidate.
You see, one of the greatest problems we have, most especially when you have business, is leads. Everybody is looking for how to get leads. Everybody's looking for, okay, and every ad you run is just somebody trying to sell something to you, okay? And if you understand how to create an AI that generates leads for a particular industry or a particular sector, honestly, she said it, that's what she's saying. You're an hot cake. You know how I can get customers? I will pay you. Because the thing is, it's a game of supply and demand. When you have the supply and there's no demand, it's useless. The reason why you run ads on social media is to have visibility, to create demand. So, and demand, you can still liken demands to leads. So when you understand and you can build an AI that solves that problem, can you see that there's a career path to this? So let's continue watching.
Close the leads faster will be prime candidate for an AI agent that businesses want to buy. Number 2 is customer support. For example, I have a local N8N AI agent hooked up to MCP tools as my support agent, and it replaced a previous solution I was paying $1,300 per month for. Number 3 is an AI agent for SEO or ask engine optimization. Like, everyone is trying to figure out how do you appear more prominently in ChatGPT answers, and that's a really chaotic opportunity right now, but that means that there's a ton of opportunity because everybody's confused about. Truth is, each one of these you could deliver as an AI agent. It could just be a workflow.
She said something that is really interesting. How do you appear? Somebody is searching for an answer and my name is coming up. you are the next big thing. So that is how. So let's quickly look at how we can build a career and the career paths when it comes to AI. So you don't just use AI, you can what? Build with it, because we are called to be builders. Now we need a shift in our mindset from a user. Some of us are just very comfortable with being a user, but trust me, that is not where the money is. Money is being a what? A creator. AI itself is a new industry and it needs what? African builders. I said it last week that one of the problems we have with AI in this region is it does not have enough data to feed off. Okay, and it feeds off data, it feeds off algorithms. So if there is no data, that's why at times when you ask it to create certain images for, it's always white, because it has been trained, when we talked about the large language model, it has been trained on billions of words, billions of articles. But how many articles has it been trained on when it comes to our locality. That is why we need to leverage it. And it's a new industry. And this is where the positioning we are saying comes in. We have been saying positioning, strategic positioning, the wisdom of tomorrow, the wisdom of now, and all that. This is it. Being able to what? Because it's new here. So let's take advantage of it. So the difference between using tools, there's a difference between using tools and building systems with tools. And that is what we're about to do. So we've played 2 out of this video. So I'm going to play the first one on that end.
AI has gone from something people play with to something people build with every day. We've got 4 things for you today. We're going to show you how we're making it possible to build apps inside of ChatGPT and how we can help you get a lot of distribution. We're going to show you how building agents is going to be much faster and better. You'll see how we're making it easier to write software, taking on the repetitive parts of coding so you can focus on systems and creativity. And underneath all of this, we'll give you updates to models and APIs to support everything you want to build. We think this is the best time in history to be a builder. It has never been faster to go from idea to product. You can really feel the acceleration at this point. AI has moved in the last couple of years from systems that you can ask anything to systems that you can ask to do anything for you. And we're starting to see this through agents, software that can take on tasks with context, tools, and trust. But for all the excitement around agents and all the potential, very few are actually making it into production and into major use. So today we're going to launch something to help with that. The goal here is something for every builder that wants to go from idea to agent faster and easier. So we're excited to introduce a new thing called Agent Kit. Agent Kit is a complete set of building blocks available in the OpenAI platform designed to help you take agents from prototype to production. It is everything you need to build, deploy, and optimize agentic workflows with way less friction. Our hope is that everyone from individual developers to large enterprises will get a lot of value from this. One of the most exciting things happening with AI is that we're entering a new era that changes how software gets written. Anyone with an idea can build apps for themselves, their families, or their communities. Today, we're launching GPT-5 Pro in the API. It's available to all developers, and we hope you enjoy. Today, we're releasing a preview of Sora 2 in the API. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for building.
Do you know one interesting thing is you cannot match the speed that this thing is moving? You cannot. Pastor will tell me, Mayos, they've lost something. Before you know it, he will come and tell me, Mayos, have you heard this one? I'm like, hey, what one are we going to do exactly? We can't match the speed. And you can see that these guys have moved from being a user. They are no longer a user. So let's not be a place where they will come and dump all their projects. Let's start to what? Build. Okay? So continue playing.
Well, 1 second, I'm almost done. Our goal is to make AI useful for everyone. And that goal won't happen without all of you. So we're very grateful that you're here to build with us. And also a huge thanks to the team that made today possible. A huge amount of work went into this. And there's a lot more happening throughout the day. So enjoy the sessions and we'll see you later. Thank you very much.
A lot much work has gone into it. So to build self, no be joke. So there's this video I'm going to play, and we're going to go straight into the AIs for the career part. There's this guy is a Nigerian, and it's very interesting to me that we have Nigerians that have seen these opportunities already, and you know how Nigerians can have sweet mouth. So please, yes.
So there are 4 types of AI agents you can deploy into your business today. The first one is a finance AI agent. This agent is going to be carrying out recording on your behalf. In fact, it's going to serve as your accountant, your own personal accountant. It's carrying out recording. It's recording revenue and expenses. It is carrying out invoicing.
Do you see the confidence? You can do. You can do. No time to check time.
It is creating invoicing and sending it to your client. It is monitoring your finances. It is reconciling, and of course, it is filing taxes. The second one is sales. Sales is the lifeblood of all businesses. For you to make revenue, you need sales. And making sure your sales system is very efficient is now made possible with AI agents. Lead generation, follow-ups, lead nurturing. Okay, these are the things AI agents can begin to perform in your business today. The next one is an HR AI agent. These agents will be responsible for recruitment, hiring, okay, testing out those people before hiring, reading through CVs, going through all the intricacies of hiring people within your business.
Now, you see, those of you that always use AI for your CV, AI is your HR now. You jam each other. So you must honestly, it's just so much to do. So we cannot exhaust the opportunities that we have here. And I really like this guy, the salesman. The way he was just saying, like you have to. Yeah, let's go.
Making sure their performance is being measured 247. Developing organizational policies and making sure everybody is aligned towards the achievement of that vision. These are the kind of things you can have in your business. The next one is customer service AI agent. This will be responding on WhatsApp or any other platform to which you use in responding to your customers. Okay, to be responding 247 without sleeping, whether there's internet, whether there's light, it doesn't matter. The agent is
But do you know that I see banks laying off a lot of people with the way it's going? Most especially companies that have. The thing is, because these softwares are still, these agents are still coming up, they are not really, still in the test phase. And the moment we get the way DeepSeek and ChatGPT is, the moment these agents are fully functional, honestly, if your line of business is in that category, HR, brace for impact though, to shake it very well. So let's quickly go straight to what we have. I think I've been able to introduce you properly to the opportunities that we have. So we've seen that. Now let's look at it. Pathway into AI careers. We have prompt engineering, which I was really dying to get into, but now you can even ask AI to teach you how to prompt. You can see how sad that is. I remember it took me about 3 months to read this course, and now in less than 5 minutes, somebody can get the same thing. So it's so sad. But then AI content strategy, AI products management, chatbots, and AI agent building. See, this agent building is one of the features of artificial intelligence because it's going to do a lot of disruption. And like I said, you don't have to fear it. You just have to learn it. AI consulting and training, I don't really understand how that will work because, human interference and that. So prompt engineering is knowing how to communicate with what LLMs. That is a large language model. We spoke about it in our last week. Then AI strategies helps business integrate AI. Consultant teaches people how to use tools. I feel like that consultant part is not going to try for too long because everybody, when you teach them, for example, now you came for this seminar, we've taught you how to use AI. You don't need to come again. So let's say you organize an AI event and you make money of it. Before you know it, the business will go out of. So certifications, online learning, and all that. So I'm going to show you some courses that for the young ones in the house. I remember I tried to sign up for that Google AI and it was like, no, you can't sign up. You need to do this with your school, blah, blah, blah. I was like, God, I'm done with school. So that opportunity, I cannot tap into it. So we have this AI for everyone, for those of you that are still very young and for the oldies in the house too. Like Pastor said, nobody's young. If just business and these guys are still working, we can also work. So AI for everyone is a course that you can take. It's on Coursera. We have generative AI for everyone, and that is where the AI agent comes in. We have AI for business specializations, and these courses they've broken it down to 1 hour 30 minutes. You're not going to be overwhelmed. Okay, most of the time you're not learning this thing to be satisfied rather. Your learning needs to understand and leverage it for your own personal use. I get it. So let's shift our mind from, those times you will say you're going to school for certificates. Now, you need to understand it for your own self to make your life better. So please, when you're taking these courses, don't take it to be certified. Because when you are certified and you are asked to defend it, we are going into an era where it is more of defending than having the certificate. That's why Pastor said, it's not just enough to say you are taking the course. Can you use it? So it's not as much as you want to be certified to be able to be legally, how do I put it now? To be able to do all of this legally, you must most importantly have the skill. Okay? Because skill is what solves the problem, not the certificate. So now this one, free 1 year, I feel like for the young ones in the house, if you're still in school, you can take advantage of this Google Gemini. I think it's a 12 months and it's free. So just sign up. When you sign up, you sign up. I think it's going to refer you to your school login portal. So if you are out of school, definitely you will not be considered. But the other one, that's Introduction to Generative AI. Those are courses you can take. This is AI you can also take this, learn to build what? Agentic AI with Android. So you can see that as fast as this is moving, these guys are also moving really fast. Because I'm going to play a video when this guy was at a TED Talk and was saying a couple of things that was really interesting. So that is it, Chat GPT prompt engineering for developers. So as a developer, you have to up your game or else you'll be in Egypt. So using AI to solve problems in Nigeria, and let's see, what problems can you solve using AI? And that's where we need to start to think as individuals. What problems do we have around? How do we integrate AI to solve those problems? Not just doing it the old, rigid way. So you can see examples, AI systems for health clinics, AI tools to help small farmers planting cycles. You know, this is very, we can liken this to the video we watched, and the guy was talking about using AI to predict flood. Okay, so when you have, but these things thrive on data. That's what we go back to the beginning, because if you understand, if you have data, and you see this part of the world, we don't have data. That's our problem. We don't have data. We need to feed AI data because that's the algorithm it works with. So, okay. Let's move very fast. I have to skip all of this. Okay. I want us to do this. Eva for African entrepreneurs. And you see, it has to do with what? Emotional video assembly. Can you play this video real quick? The Eva video.
Hey everyone, this is Christina from OpenAI. Welcome to Agent Builder 101. Agent Builder is a new visual tool for building AI workflows. You connect nodes and create agents without writing any code. So you can start from temp.
There's a lesson from Jesus that can drag customers by the throat to buy from you as a business owner. Wallahi, this thing is crazy. Remember the Lord's Prayer? That is it. Look, oh my goodness, I'm shaking. Notice something. Jesus
it's too heavy. Wants to
give us our daily bread. He started by saying something that God wants to hear. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth. Most business owners in their video ads jump straight to give us our daily bread, aka buy my product, without telling the customers what they want to hear first. Let me give you an example. Say you wanted to sell real estate. How do you do it? You show a 3-bedroom duplex, you show the environment, you tell us how it's 3 minutes drive to Dangote refinery, you show us tiles, you even do drone view, and so on and so forth. Everybody is doing that, and I'm too rebellious to follow the crowd. What if instead of that, you do a video with a woman sending a voice note to her fellow woman and saying something like this? I beg, don't ever marry a man that is still renting at 40. I am tired of men dragging landlord every year begging for 1 more month. How can you call yourself a man and your kids are packing out every 12 months like refugees? Kids will be changing school every term. Look, I know of a man that earns about 500k a month that did pay small with a real estate company in Abuja. What's the name again? XYZ Properties Limited. And he moved in 2 months ago. So I can't accept any excuse of saying on economy. Every man who is watching this will pause. Some will laugh, but in pain. Some will be angry.
You can see that some of us are running, emotions are running, like, why would you talk like that? Do you know what the economy is like? But that's the truth, and we have to embrace it, okay? So imagine you can run your ads like this, and that is what Eva does, okay? So we're going to look at it. Let's just finish up with the video.
Now, while they are typing those angry comments, what kind of stupid woman is this? Must everybody get a house? Da, 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 da. The truth is boiling inside them, saying, I cannot be like this man. I need to have a home. That's how you sell real estate. But how do you come up with this type of video ads for your business? You see this ad thing, bar? I Sabiam. It's a framework I spent 3 years and 13 days designing.
You see, the interesting thing is online. You can say anything. You can say you use 12 months to develop this prompt. You understand? So that's just it. So let's quickly go into Eva, and I just feel like it's something that we would need for those of you that run. No, just go to my slide. So this is it. Eva is what? Emotional video assembly. It's an AI-powered way to create emotionally engaging promotional videos that connects with your what? Audience heart. You see, you're no longer doing, I want to do this. I want to do this. How do I sell this? How do I post this? Or what do I need to do that will connect me to the heart of my customers? You see, now AI is now your co-thinker, not using it as a tool to solve problem. Okay? So that connects with the audience and not just their eyes. So if that helps you to what? Create marketing videos in minutes, it matches the tone. Very important. You see, one of the disadvantages of AI is that it doesn't have emotions. So you must know how to insert emotions in everything you're doing, or else people will be like, oh, AI, lelo. And it's something. Okay, you said use the AI. But AI, lelo. There was one reel I saw. The woman was like, I think they were bashing her. She went to, was this Saudi or so? So she was in one place. I know anything online, and when you post, you say, yeah, is AI. She was like, AI, yeah, you will not have AI, baby. If it's easy, you use AI to get to it. So she had to go back to that place. She touched the water. She was just trying to prove that it was not AI. So what am I trying to say in a nutshell? Let's add emotions to our video. It might just be the missing piece to what we have been doing, the ability to add emotions. So how Eva works, AI analyzes your text or messages, identifies the emotions, choose fitting visuals, voice and music, assembles your video automatically. So this is it here. You input the idea, the script, and you tell it what you want. And that it still falls back to prompting. Okay? The ability to prompt. How do you want it to come off? I think I have a template here. Yeah, look at this. So you can teach this in 5 steps. First of all, the step 1 is what do? You define the goal plus what? Emotion. Not, I want to write a message to. I want to write a heartfelt message. You add emotion to it. I want this message to sound rebellious. You add it to it. Trust me, you will get there. The English, you'll be surprised. So look, I says, I want to make people feel inspired to join my brand. Some of us are not doing this. This is just the little tweak we need to do. Not like we're not doing the right thing. So let's quickly run through that. So write a one short script, 50 to 500 words at MFX Beauty. We believe every woman is what's powerful. Things women want to hear. Look at this. It says what? Choose an AI video to blah, 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 blah. We don't have much time. So let's quickly run to demo script. Okay, so for fashion. Okay, let's quickly. This is where it becomes interesting. So this is a continuation from last week. We talked about our large language model last week. So let's quickly look at how to prompt correctly. So types of what? Large language prompts. No, let's skip this because we don't have time. Let's just talk about this. Okay? Understanding prompt. You see that my slide is fine. You don't say thank you. Thanks, Pastor. So understanding prompt types by what? Function. This is where it becomes interesting. So you don't need to be a programmer. You just need to learn how to talk to AI the what? Right way. Each type of prompt changes how the AI interprets your request and what kind of response you get. Let's go. Instructional prompt. So we're breaking down all the prompts into different categories. We have what? Instructional prompts. What does it do? The purpose is what? To command or instruct the model to perform a specific task. Example, translate the following text into Yoruba. Instructions. Summarize the next paragraph into 3 bullet points. Students do this a lot. Explain the business idea in simple terms. Pastor do it a lot. Explain to me like a 10-year-old. Instructional prompt. So it's what starts with a clear action verb, summarizes, writes, analyze, list, and translate. The next one, conversational prompt. To create a neutral back and forth chat. Okay? Hey, AI, how have you tried to talk to your AI? How far now? How are you doing well? How are you doing today? Or you just want to text and you don't want to chat with people, just chat with your AI. And so it says what? Okay, you say, hey, AI, how are you doing today? Response, I'm doing great. What's on your mind? So you can use this. Let's go. Contextual prompt. To give background info so that AI understands the role or situation is going to play. And this is where a lot of us, this is the contextual prompts you need to be able to use AI to create. So it assumes a particular role. Okay, speak to me like a CEO. Talk to me like a marketing strategist. Talk to me like a financial analyst. Talk to me. Context. You must give it a what? Content. That is why when you look at the 4, can I really get that? the four. Hey. Okay, this is it. Okay. The four framework of what prompting. You can see that what after clarity is what context. There must be a context to everything you're doing. So context is a type of what prompting as well. Okay, so let's quickly continue. I just wanted to show that. Okay, so you are a business consultant. Help me write a funding proposal for a local food business. I think Pastor Mike said something like that. He said he was trying to apply for a loan and they've been going back and forth. He said, just told ChatGPT, we want to collect this particular amount of money. And they exactly what he told them to do, and they got the loan. Context. So we need to start to use it. So begin with act as. Okay? Act as my CEO. Act as a this. Act like a police officer. Act like this. So it can just define the context you want. The next one is what? Creative prompts. A lot of us use this as well. To generate what? Original content ideas or imagination-driven output. Okay? Create a story about Lagos Taylor who becomes a what? Global designer. Write a haiku about the what? The Nigerian rain. That's poem, don't mind it. So use this for what? Marketing content, storytelling, brands, songs. Write a love song. Write a love poem. Create this, do this. Creative prompt. And you what? Remember, the prompt is what? You must add emotion, or else it's just going to be vague. Look at this, factual prompt. To ask for accurate or what? Specific information. What year was the Declaration of Independence signed? Okay? Who is the current Minister of Technology in Nigeria? And this is what most of us use it for. You just ask for information. And we need to step out from this to using it as what? Context prompt. So another one we have is step-by-step prompt. We have opinion-based prompt. To ask for perspective. It's very important. After your dialogue with your AI, always ask for his own perspective. Don't close the conversation. What do you think about this? What's your opinion about this? You will learn a lot when you engage in that type of prompt. Then multimodal prompts. Okay, at times you just send pictures. Okay, tell me about this. And you see all this smart. I remember about 3 months ago, I tried to order this Ray-Ban, these smart glasses, and the prices were really absurd. So I said, okay, I have a friend in China. I said, I need very good, how China can be. So I said, I need very good quality AI glasses. And honestly, I got I think in 2 weeks' time, I would wear one. And, you can, by just looking at pictures, it starts telling you that this is what you're seeing. AI has gone that far. There's this guy that traveled to China, and there was this particular, is it a Huawei glass that he was using, and he was translating. When you're speaking to him, he's hearing English in his ear. That's how far these things have gone. At the instant, okay? So multimodal prompt, and we have systematic prompt to produce structured response or what? Ordered outputs. Then we have one, prompt chain. I like this one. This is why, the reason why you need, is it prompt chain? Yeah, prompt chain. The reason why you need this is because, I'm coming, there's one that, there's a particular prompt here that refers back to, okay, I think I'll get that. Okay, systematic prompt to produce structured response or ordered input. Look at this category. Okay, categorize the animals by habitat, lion, whales, parrots. So it does that for you. It organizes your data. At times, you can just give it. Whenever I've tried to put things, you want to transcribe, you just copy everything with the minute and I just dump it and say, oh yeah, structure it for me. That's the prompt to use, systematic prompt. It does everything. I remember I was talking to a friend, I was like, I put space now. I said, don't worry, let me just press enter. Some people I'm very lazy. I said, okay, do it. I said, don't worry now, AI will run everything. And he actually did. So prompt chain to keep continuous between what? Multiple patterns, a conversation or process. So what is the capital of France? Response, Paris. Okay, what is the population of Paris? Around 11 million. Now it says that what? Now this is where your AI, you need to see. There's this thing I'm seeing online now that come and pay this for this particular amount for ChatGPT, and they'll pair you with someone. The problem is they'll give you a new account. So your AI does not know. You are going to be getting general knowledge. Okay? So you need this. The reason why this prompt chain is very important is AI can always reference and give you tailored response to who you are and your personality. That is why you can ask that, tell me this about myself that I don't know. It follows this prompt because it references your previous conversation. Are we getting it? So then this is a summary and then Clark's exercise. Then the last video, Mr. La. There's one video I want us to see and we're just going to close. Sorry.
Hey everyone, this is Christina from OpenAI. Welcome to Agent.
Go Piper! Go baby, go! 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 Woo! Stop! Babies, Piper! Baby, you won! Piper! Piper!
She just passed by my house a few hours ago. Only God can stop Piper now. Dad's encouragement made her run continuously when you got too much support. First time in life. Legend said she's still running.
She's still running. Thank you so much. Papa is still running.
Come on, you can do better than that. Well, I like to keep to time, so we have like 5 minutes, I think, or left. So if you want to ask questions, he's giving you the prompts and so on and so. If you want a copy of the presentation, you have to pay us with Bitcoins. You have to pay us with Bitcoins. We're not even going to take Naira. We're taking Bitcoin. Yeah, and so on and so forth. But just ask them. I'm sure they'll be happy to give you this and last week's prompt. Are you blessed? Next week we're going to go to, it's almost as if I contradicted myself. Today was AI entrepreneurs. Next week is entrepreneurs and business. There's a difference. There's a video he was supposed to show today, TED Talk, which I think fits next week. How we must in our country. How many of you notice how quickly you can get your passport now? Not only that, they started printing the passports in Nigeria. All because there was somebody smart in office. Finish. That's all. Somebody intelligent. There's a book written by John Maxwell. It talks about, what does he call it now? He says the lead lifter. You can be the lead on your family. You can be the lead on your business. You can be the lead on your own life. And what scares me most is when you are the lead on your children. That's the worst kind of lead you can be, where you limit what they can do and what they can. This type of thing that you call AI, whether they're going to be programmers in AI or they're going to be working with AI or they're going to learn from it, it's all going to be, just play with it. Don't, let them test different things. You will see something will rise up in that kid. You know what I mean? That it will be effortless. Have you seen, there's this baby, I think the baby is about 18 months or so. As soon as you give him a phone or an iPad, so one day they gave him album. So he was, trying to change the, which album, what is this? And he just dropped it. As if, this is not the world I was born into. And he's right. He deals with screens. 18-year-old. So don't let us spoil this kid's future. Am I making sense? Don't force them. Expose them. Guide them. Be with them. Am I making sense? You two experiment. You two try things out. The beauty of it is that it will work with you, whatever capacity you want it to work with you for. But like I said, Jeff Bezos is still working. Elon Musk, these are the richest people in the world. If you think you're going to succeed without work, good luck. Maybe you live on another planet. But on this planet that we live on, you're going to work. What Mr. Myers has done for us this afternoon is work. Do you see it? It's work. And that's the beauty of it. And so I want to encourage you. Next week, we're going to be talking about business and the city. What we're hoping that we'll be able to bring in people who do public service and so on and so forth, be able to share some ideas with them. But since most of us here are business people, we're going to focus mainly on that and explain how you can use simple AI to simplify things. For instance, one of the AI things I want to put in church is ushers don't need to count people. Am I making sense? As soon as they come to church, there's a sensor that will count them. You know what I mean? And then there's a facial recognition software that will recognize them. Simple. And then this data is there. You don't need to start, how many women came to church this Sunday? How many men? And all that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So, are we clear? Any questions quickly so we can round up? Any questions? Sorry, we're closing, but you don't have to leave. Nobody's driving you. I'm just saying let's officially close the meeting for 12. And then we can now sit and ask questions or watch some more. We have longer videos that we can't show you because of the time it will take. Like I said, next month we're starting this monthly. We're going to start with education. But after that, every week we're going to have courses that, based on your recommendation, we're going to have courses that we'll go pay for Coursera, and then we'll make the course available. But we don't want one person to do one course because of the cost. So if it's going to cost us $50, then we want as many people as possible to benefit from it, watch it together, do the exams together. You know what I mean? And then we'll see where we go from there. I actually have a sponsor in the US who says, for as many courses as we want, he will help us out. So that's very useful for us. But we must do these courses. I'll put up my slides. Quickly. Put up my slide. Go straight to the courses. Go on. These are recommended by, go on. Keep going. These are people using AI. Hello Tractor. They use tractors like Uber. Go on. Then you have Split Nigeria. They are using AI to power their business. And then you have many of them that do. Because AI can, like that young boy said, it just analyzes data and it recognizes patterns. All right? Kobo, everybody knows about Kobo. Kobo has been around a long time, all right? Big M Farm. You see, when I was in the manufacturing industry, we had to go to buy raw materials. I would choose the colors. But I didn't know what colors customers were going to buy. And so sometimes I would be stuck with colors of raw materials that I didn't need. And then the customer comes and asks for a different color. I have to run to Lagos to go and buy. And the color but when you have been carrying that data for a while, you will know that customers buy more reds and they buy blue and all that stuff. That's the beauty of some of this technology. And this will do it in a minute. All right? All right, go on. Go on. Yeah, these are the different courses. All right? Go, yeah. But I took screenshots of them so that it'll make it easier. Keep going. Yeah, go on to the next one. Yeah. AI for everyone. That's the easiest one. AI for everyone. They have 2 million people already enrolled. And this gentleman who's teaching it, Andrew Ng, Google him. He's probably one of the world's renowned, you know what I mean, respected both in China and in America. All right? Let's go on. Welcome to the Elements of AI free online course. So this one is free. Then you go on. There's practical deep learning. Those who want to go a little bit deeper, okay, for coders, go on. IBM AI Engineering Professional Certificate. That's there. Go on. You have beginner's introduction to generative AI. All right? Then you have generative AI for beginners, right? You have ChatGPT prompt for engineering for developers. So you see there are different categories. And then you have AI bootcamp. This is happening in Nigeria. All right? And then move from AI curious to AI capable. Career. That's career lines. AI startups in Lagos. I don't know them. I just like the title AI Saturdays. So we'll also reach out to them, see if they can, you know what I mean, bring some of their whatever here, but we wanted to establish ourselves. Introduction into AI ethics, go on. Introduction to generative AI and agents. By the way, if there's anybody who needs AI in this, is me. I just had to fire my accountant because somebody called to book the hall, and she didn't respond to the person. The person had to call me. So I called her to my office and said, why did you do that? She said, well, it wasn't 24 hours. And I said, do you have people queuing up to book the place that you can't respond to a customer on time? Yet if I had an AI, an agent, am I making sense? The minute, you know what I mean? It would have responded to the person. And then the new tax laws require we keep electronic records. Do you know how much it would have cost you to go and buy Wave, this and that to run? Today now you can dedicate a part of your AI. By the way, how many of you have heard of vibe coding? You know what vibe coding is? Vibe coding is speaking to the computer. So today you don't even have to type. You just speak. So you can actually tell your AI, listen, this section of AI is for my accounting. So I can just walk to the AI and say, today we just bought 500,000 gallons of diesel. We did this. It will put it in the right column. We just paid so and so this amount of money. You know what I mean? It will put it in the right column. So when these auditors or tax people come, you have something you can present. But back up your data because AI can. Sometimes you don't know what capacity. So every time it gives you something, copy it, save it. So if you can't find it, you can say this was the last reference. Am I making sense? So I need agents badly. I need agents to answer the phone. I need agents to show people the facility. I need agents to do my HR, you know. Some people are asking for loans. Some people have, and you know, there's a gentleman called Max. He was, you know, one of the founders of Max.com. When we did our first e-commerce summit, he told us that he was recruiting people using AI. This was like 5-6 years ago. He says he has 90% retainership of his staff. He says because the AI will go into their social media pages, it will know things about them that you can never know during an interview. And it will tell you whether the person, because it's not emotional. You know, you are emotional. You like the person, you employ the person. You don't like the person, you don't employ the person. So these are benefits. So if anybody running a business now, you must think about AI agents. And like you said, there'll be people in Lagos, in Nigeria, who will say, write us, give us $200, we'll do it for you, which is good. But if you learn the basics, am I making sense? You will find out that once you're on a paid platform, because the cheapest ChatGPT you can get now is $20 a month. And for $20 a month, that's how much? 31,000 naira every month. I think you can get a great deal if you learn to do it on your own platform. Am I making sense? Because the platform that it's hosted on is very important. You know what I mean? And you can only create agents on paid platforms, not on free platforms. They're not stupid, okay? There's even $200 a month platforms, which are just amazing. And you know there's a new, and then right now, this Coursera we're talking about and all that, as of today, I think it came out yesterday, you can now do Coursera in the ChatGPT platform itself. So it will train you within the app. So choose some, nobody's asking you to use ChatGPT. Choose Gemini, whatever you want to choose, the one you love. But all these benefits are available on most of these platforms, okay? Any questions so we can go? Yes, ma'am. Sorry, there's no extra mics. Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you very much for today. I started using ChatGPT just by chance.
Okay.
And like some of the words I'm hearing today are actually not things that I actually thought they had a name for them. And some of the things I actually do with it, I didn't think it was specified, really. I mean, I just
you did it by yourself, by instinct.
And then I kept on doing it. And then now I know that they do have words and they do have they are classified.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So coming in today, it's really been an eye-opener to know that what you're doing is actually something that some people are actually training for and everything.
Absolutely.
You know. But what my question is, how easy is it for you to create an app?
It's pretty easy.
I'm trying to create an app.
It's pretty easy. There are actually other AI platforms that make it even easier than ChatGPT to make it, but they are piggybacking on the other platforms. Am I making sense? There's some apps you just go there, you just speak, I want this app, and in 3 minutes you have the app. And then you deploy it. But the problem really is the fact that the most important thing about an app is what you do behind the scenes. It's not the front end. What most of them will create are just simple front ends, for you. For you to get a good app that works, you really need to have the back end properly informed about your product or your service. ChatGPT agent can do that. They already do that as well. But I'm just saying, if you want to learn the process by yourself, yes, you can learn that and use your current ChatGPT to build it. Or somebody can come and help you quickly do it on your platform. Or you can use the existing one. Even up to, I think there's another one, very popular one. I can't remember the name. All you have to do is speak or write what you want, and the app comes out in a few minutes. There's one run by the guy who does Shark Tank. If you remember his name, what's his name now? I can't remember his name, the one that Mr. Wonderful, that's what he calls himself. He has one also, where you just go there, you just put what you want, and the app comes out at the other end. So there are specialized apps that do that are AI run. But anything you can do with those specialized apps, you can do with your own ChatGPT. So I'm saying, why run multiple bills? You know what I mean? When you can put everything on your paid ChatGPT and it keeps your information with you. You know what I mean? So there are many platforms that do it. It's very common now. And you can speak it, yes. Any other question? Thank you for your comments. Yeah, because most of you are doing things unconsciously by sheer instinct, by prompting of the Holy Ghost. You know what I mean? And this is just to help you establish you're not on the wrong path. How many of you get answers from, I have a terrible thing with ChatGPT. I argue with it like it's a person. No, I don't agree with you. I'm like, I don't agree with you. No. There must be another way to look at this. Or no, you can't say this about the person. The person is nice. I don't know if you get the point I'm making. I find out that just brings out a different part of the, and nobody taught me that. It was just instinct because I prefer to and I say thank you and please. Somebody says why? It doesn't care. I said it will affect my real life if I stop saying please and thank you. And then I'll start writing people notes now, give me, and forget to add please. So I said, no, I'm not going to change my character because of a machine. Am I making sense? So it doesn't matter whether you add please or thank you, and it doesn't get angry with you. Except Claude. Claude can be very rude. Claude can be very rude. Claude can tell you, I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer that. I'm serious. Claude is like that. They have such guardrails on Claude. We're not going to do that. Or we don't do that here. Claude is like that. ChatGPT, ask anything. It will still be polite. All right? Any other question? So thank you so much. Would you come next week? Okay, we'll make sure you get something out of it. It will be business and the city. The reason why I want you to come and listen for that is, like I said, if we don't show the government what is possible, you know what I mean? Like I said, passports are easy now. Are you telling me we couldn't have done this 10 years ago? So these people were just leads. They were leads over units. And believe me, many years ago, there was this young man who was invited by the commissioner of Oyo State of Commerce to come and see her in her office. And she said she just wanted to meet with the Christian community, so they invited me to talk with them. So when they finished, I said, what are you going to tell her? That they're going to tell her how come Excel packed up in Ibadan? How come this? How come I know this? I said, no. The reason why she called you is for you to give her ideas. The minute you go there, judging them, am I making sense? You shut doors. You know what I mean? Some of us can build platforms that the government will come and take over. There's a young boy in South Africa who built a voting software. Voting software for ANC. So powerfully did it and everything. So everybody was trying to buy it from him. You know what he did? He got up publicly and donated it. You know what I mean? And then the government took over. You know what I mean? And started monitoring it. So there are things like that we can create that can change by just showing them this thing can work. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about the city, but we're going to be focused on business. There's a book called AI. What's it called again? AI-driven businesses. For as many as come next week, we'll give you the books free of charge. All right? Well, we didn't buy it anyway, so it's not free of charge. We can give you the books. so we'll just give you a copy of the book by WhatsApp where you come. All right? So thank you very much. God bless you. And thank you for being here this afternoon. Very early morning. God bless.
If you don't listen to anything on the internet today, please listen to this, because this is the type of thing that'll literally build